Let's talk recipes and food today. This is hashtag budget meals under $5. This is hosted by our friend Brenda at Maniac Grammy's Homestead. And I thought since we was talking about recipes today and food, that we would do our booktube, hashtag Thursday booktube. This is hosted by our wonderful friend Patty at Life with Patty and Daphne at My Mountain Home. Let's get the elephant out of the room to begin with. You see all of this here and here. I went to the skin doctor and she sprayed all these places that, you know, they're not cancer, but they could become if you didn't pay any attention to them. So when they spray them, they sting like crazy and they get scabs on it and then heal up and you're all well. When I decided to do this, I have so much leftovers in my freezer and food that I'll be eating, but I want to talk about food and recipes. This is Dining on a Dime cookbook. I bought this long before I ever thought about becoming a YouTube creator. I watched her. I don't know whether you've ever watched her, whether you like her, whether you don't. But she is a very frugal cook, and she has a lot of great ideas. Used to, when I'd watch, I think I agree. She would talk about saving part of it and using less of a piece of meat in whatever it's called for. And it's very simple, plain cook. She says, salt the food till you make it taste good. Not till it tastes too salty, but it tastes good. She's a big proponent of, you know, salt. I guess if you have a diet, you can't have it, then that's another story. But these are just normal, you know, ways. And if you're on a real budget crunch, then yeah, you got to make some choices. She also included in here how to get your herbs, and it was a San Francisco company, and it's from WWWSF, which stands for San Francisco Herb, Herb company.com. Whenever I read this, I went on and looked, and there are a lot of freeze-dried foods. I never heard of freeze-drying before, and I don't know prices, whether it's a good thing or not, but if you're interested, check that out. It might be something you might like. There's all kinds of ideas for saving in here to go along with it. If you bought a bag of potato chips for $2.99 in 2009 prices, so you can go from there. And if you bought one bag of potato chips a week, that would add up to $155 a year. All kinds. Okay, soda, a 1 liter, that's $365 a year. So if you start thinking of that, she talked about if you went out to eat, a family of 4, 1 time a week. Of course, these are way off the beam now when it comes to the prices. Or if you spent $30 and you did it once a week, that's $1,560 a year. Those are just some ideas of the savings if you chose to be a little more careful. She has meat recipes in here, a lot of them. She talks about her turkey being the best in the world to make. This is a tuna chowder. 2 carrots shredded, 1 onion chopped or 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of butter or margarine, a 1/4 cup of flour, 2 cups of chicken broth. You can use the powdered if you want. That's usually cheaper. Can't tell you it's better for you, but it's cheaper. 2 cups of milk. If you got powdered, use it. Of course, it's not so cheap. I still have some, okay? 6 ounces of tuna. Now, is that a big can of tuna? I think mine is 3 ounces, so it might be 2. This would definitely fit under the $5 budget or very close to it. If you had to go out and buy each item, maybe not. Have them in your cupboard for sure. A 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed, a 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then a cup of American cheese. and it's supposed to serve 6. In a large saucepan, you saute your carrots and your onions in the butter. Mix in the flour and then add your milk and your broth so you have a cream sauce. Add the rest of the ingredients, stir until it's heated through, and you got your chowder. Sounds good to me. She had a bread recipe in here I wanted to tell you about. I like to make quick breads. That's what I always call them, and I have several. I have not made this particular one, and I wanted to tell you this recipe also. This is onion cheese bread, and you just use it and make it in a loaf pan. You take your 2 cups of flour, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of sugar, 3 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of dry mustard, and you mix that. And then you cut in 1/4 of a cup of margarine. In a separate bowl, you combine your 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese, your 1/2 cup of shredded cheddar cheese, 1 egg, and a cup of milk. Okay, you mix that together, and then you add it to the flour mixture. And you mix that all together. Put in a greased loaf pan and sprinkle onions and paprika on the top. 1/2 cup of onions finely chopped. How's that sound? I think it sounds really good. Vanilla pudding. I have actually used this recipe. Very easy. You can mix it, make it a chocolate one or a butterscotch with a little difference. You can go back and look up my videos and see how I've made it in my microwave. That is so easier. But this one, she is not making it like that. She's got 1/3 cup of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, an 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and she mixes those together and then adds the eggs, slightly beaten, 2 of them, and slowly stir in the milk and beat and cook it on the stove, stirring constantly. You know, you got to do that or you'll have. That's why I do it in the microwave. And I would mix all this, but I put all of this in my blender. Beat it up really good where there's no lumps or anything, and then put it in a bowl, one that you can cook in the microwave, and cook it for 2 minutes or 3 minutes at a time, stirring vigorously in between, and you've got something really easy. That's all the recipes. There's so many, but I want to tell you 2 or 3 little sayings she had in here. One of them, she told about, well, I don't know where she got this, but I thought it was so cute. It's often not slow metabolism that makes you gain weight. It's a fast fork. I love that. I thought that was so cute. And then there's all kinds of, you can make everything in this book, like aftershave and antiseptic can cleanser and toothpaste. That's baking soda and drops of peppermint oil. I thought this was cute. This is substitutions. Now, this is like somebody gives you a recipe, says, so they say, I didn't have a potato, so I substituted rice. I didn't have paprika, so I used another spice. I didn't have tomato sauce, I used tomato paste. A whole can, not a half corn. I don't want to waste. A friend gave me the recipe. She said it couldn't be beat, but there must be something wrong, as I couldn't even eat it. Well, she's like me, changing so many things in it. Okay, one last thing. This is another little, and this is a well-worth book if you're interested in books. I know you can order it at her site. Actually, if you go on her website, the video I watched today, which I don't watch very often anymore, not that I don't like them, but she was talking about you can download the whole ebook free. Yeah. And I don't know that it's this one. I can't tell you that. Here's the last I'm going to tell you. Thank God for dirty dishes. They have a tale to tell. While others may go hungry, we are eating well. With home, health, and happiness, I shouldn't want to fuss. By the stack of evidence, God's been very good to us. Yes. Okay. I hope you enjoyed that. My budget meals under $5. You can find something in there. If you didn't find that, you can go online there if you like and look around, find some more recipes, and go over and check and see what Daphne and Patty and all of them are doing. We have such wonderful people here, and you'll enjoy them. I'm going to show you how I fry cheese. I said, how in the world do you fry cheese? And I just happened on this one time, and I can't tell you it's going to turn out. I've never tried it with sliced cheese. This is some pepper jack, and I'm going to just cook this till it melts all down good enough where I can turn it over. And if I get it to the right consistency, it almost tastes like the consistency you're eating beef jerky. It's the only way I know how to describe it. So we're gonna, I don't even remember because I've never measured it. I just did it. And let's see how much grease is cooking out of that. Okay, let's see if I can start turning this. There it is. I'm going to turn it over and let the other side. That's my cheese. Got paper towel on this one that I just did. And look at it. See that? That's going to be good. I didn't even really set up for this, but I want you to know this is so good. It's crunchy on the outside, a little bit of cheese in. Reminds me of eating jerky or something. Salty. Cheese is salty. You could get one that wasn't so salty, but boy, this is good. I pray God blesses you today, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow for New to Me. I have some New to Me. I've got actually things sitting around this room. I have a video already waiting for me to finish up that I have a haul to show you, and I'm excited about showing you everything. And I pray God blesses you. Don't forget, Jesus loves you. I'll see you tomorrow.